طيب الحمد لله رب العالمين صلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Welcome everyone to today's session. Barakallahu feekum. As we start the long-awaited cohort 4 of the Arabic conversational course, alhamdulillah, by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We'll shortly be joined by Dr. Awad, who will pose a simple question too that he can answer inshallah ta'ala. And then after that, we will talk about the course in more detail. And we'll try to answer all of your questions bi'idhnillah. Right, so we're going to start off with some of the new things in this cohort because this is the 4th time we're doing this. And some of the attendees today are some of our existing students, or they are some who have studied with us before. So therefore, a lot of the information is probably going to be repetitive. So for that reason, I'm going to start off with some of the things that are new in this cohort, and then later on we'll talk about the other details, inshallah, that some of the new audience might need to know about. Okay. Let me share my screen. Alhamdulillah, here we are. This is cohort 4. As you can see, we had cohort 1, cohort 2, and cohort 3, and this is the 4th cohort. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Cohort, what's a cohort anyway? Cohort basically is we launched the course 4 times. And the students that started with us from day 1, they're on level 4 right now, alhamdulillah. And this particular cohort, I see some of you asking which levels we're going to teach. This particular cohort for level 2 and level 4. And level 1, we haven't really decided on it. But if the demand is there, then I don't see an issue with maybe also starting a level 1. Provided the team members are up for that, inshallah, and I find a time in my schedule for that. So there's no promises there. However, right now it's level 2 and level 4. Okay. Before we start, obviously, it's good to introduce myself. For those of you that maybe it's the first time you're joining, I'm Muhammad bin Abdul Wali, your brother, student here at King Saud University in Riyadh. Alhamdulillah, I studied my bachelor's here and now I'm doing my master's. And alhamdulillah, I love teaching the Arabic language. I've been doing so for well over a decade, maybe a decade and a half, alhamdulillah. And it's one of my life goals, trying to make teaching Arabic easier, more accessible for the people. And there are a few curriculums that I'm working on in order to achieve that goal, inshallah ta'ala. And this particular course, inshallah, is one of those, projects that will help us, inshallah, reach the objective. And I would also love to know a bit more about yourself, the audience. So we use an app called WooClap, for those of you that don't know. It's just a quick polling app whereby you can participate and answer anonymously. So there's the link. Please join us on WooClap. And I might have to post it on YouTube as well for our YouTube audience. Please join us on WooClap. Okay. So the first question is going to be, where are you joining us from today? Okay. India, Canada, Germany, mashallah. USA, United Arab Emirates, Gambia. I think we covered all the continents so far, alhamdulillah. Netherlands. The event code, it's there within the actual link itself. Somebody can copy it and paste it. I think the event code is MN O RRQ. I think that's the event code, if I'm not mistaken. حياكم الله بياكم أهلا وسهلا جميعا. We even have people from Austria, mashallah. طيب, how old or young are you? Just to get a feel of the age ranges. Most of the time, 16 between 25. Yes, that seems to be the most, mashallah, which shows you that there's a lot of khair in the ummah, mashallah. And the youth are the most active in seeking knowledge, and that's a great sign. We have people over 40, mashallah, one person is 66. You're never too old to learn Arabic, alhamdulillah. No, you're never too old to learn anything, really. Alhamdulillah. So we welcome all ages. We even have someone under 16, which could be one of our existing students. طيب. Mumtaz. Another question is, what brings you here today? So it's good for me to know before we go deep into the event, so I can be sure to answer at least most of your questions, if not all of them. So is there any particular reason why you're here today participating in this event? Please let me know. Arabic language, of course. Not teaching Arabic today, but we will definitely talk about learning the Arabic language. Trying to get a spot on level 1, okay, to master conversational skills. Learn Arabic to understand Quran and Sunnah as understood by the Sahaba. Okay, don't tell me why you want to learn Arabic, because that's going to be the next question. Okay. I just saw the Telegram link, so just checking how it is. Ahlan wa sahlan, you're welcome. Progressing my journey of learning Arabic. وهكذا. طيب. Alhamdulillah. I believe that I can cover most of your reasons. طيب. All of you want to learn Arabic. That's probably why you're here. But why do you want to learn Arabic? Okay. That's a very important question. And this is something that most students, they get wrong. And it's something that most teachers also get wrong, which is knowing why the students wants to learn Arabic. Because the way you progress in learning Arabic, or what you do, what curriculums you take, what to focus on, it really goes back to your learning goal. It goes back to why you want to learn the language. Okay? So the thing is that some of you, most of you, if not all of you, want to learn Arabic in order to understand the Quran and the Sunnah. This is a very different use case from someone who wants to learn Arabic language for professional reasons, for work, in order to socialize with people. It's a big difference. The vocabulary is different. The way they should approach it is different. The way they should learn it is different. So alhamdulillah, we are teaching Arabic for those who want to learn Arabic in order to seek knowledge, generally speaking. Seek knowledge from the Quran and the Sunnah upon understanding of the Salaf through the works of contemporary upright scholars. That's the target audience, and that's how we cater our classes. So if that's the reason why you want to learn, alhamdulillah. Now, ultimately, stop relying on translators. Ahsant. Barakallahu fikum. To seek knowledge from its source. طيب. Barakallahu fikum. So let's go and then talk a bit more detail about today's course. I've introduced myself. I know a lot more about you, alhamdulillah. Regarding our special guest, Dr. Awad, who I hope has joined us. أنت معنا يا دكتور؟ أيوة, he's here.
أهلا وسهلا مرحبا.
أنا ما أسمع شيء.
أهلا وسهلا.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام، أنا أسمعك جيدا.
حياك الله دكتور، كيف حالك؟ عساك طيب؟
أهلا وسهلا، حياك الله.
بارك الله فيكم، الله يحفظكم. طيب, so Dr. is with us. Allah yabarak fikum. He's with us. I've already introduced him in the Telegram message or whatever you got this link from, in the event page as well. Dr. Awad, he's a professor at King Saud University, and he specializes in not just teaching Arabic to non-speakers of the language or non-natives, but he also specializes in training teachers. And alhamdulillah, I took a training course in Al-Arabiya Bain Yadayk from the company Al-Arabiya Al-Jami', which they organize here in Riyadh for graduates of universities. And Dr. Awad was one of the teachers that trained me in teaching this particular curriculum, alhamdulillah. And he also trains, obviously, many other teachers here in Saudi and abroad as well. He is the director of the training program there. and he's also director of Al-Wafi program for teaching Arabic to non-natives. And he's very specialized in this particular field. So we want to ask him some questions regarding that, inshallah. I want to ask him some questions regarding that. And he's also one of our instructors. He conducts the workshop, the speaking workshop. He's been with us, alhamdulillah, since day one. And perhaps he can also share some of his experience with that. طيب حياك الله يا دكتور. أنا والله صراحة هذه المرة الرابعة والدفعة الرابعة الحمد لله. واليوم في الحقيقة يعني حاولت أن أفكر عن سؤال جديد لم يسبق لكم الجواب عنه، فصعب علي الأمر. لكن أي والله، لكن أقول طبعا معنا طلاب وطالبات من جميع أنحاء العالم، فسؤال اليوم سيكون: هل يستطيع المسلم أو الشخص الذي لا يسكن في بيئة عربية أن يكتسب هذه اللغة؟ إن كان الجواب نعم، وأقول أكتسب يعني يكتسب مهارة الاتصال وليس فقط فهم المحتوى وفهم الكتب والمحاضرات. هل يستطيع ذلك؟ وإن كان الجواب نعم، كيف يستطيع ذلك؟ وقبل أن تجيب سأترجم إن شاء الله السؤال. So I was just telling the doctor that this is the fourth time we're doing this, alhamdulillah, the kick-off event, and that he's joining us. So I found it difficult today to really come up with a question. But given that people are joining us from every corner of the earth, and all of you want to learn Arabic, and most of you are from non-Arab speaking environments, my question to him was, is it possible for someone who does not live in an Arabic speaking environment, is it possible for him to learn the language? And I mean, in particular, when I say learning the language, learning how to speak and communicate with people as opposed to just being able to understand lectures or books. And if that's the case, if it's possible, how is it possible for such a person to do so? توكل على الله يا دكتور.
حياك الله. أردت أن أتأكد من السؤال بالضبط.
أيوة.
اكتساب مهارة الاتصال في خارج البلاد العربية.
أيوة. هل يمكن ذلك في بيئة غير عربية؟ وإن كان يمكن، كيف يمكن؟
أو اللغة عموما.
نتكلم عن اللغة العربية بالذات، وطبعا
طيب.
اللغة عموما. نعم.
طبعا كان هذا حياك الله يا شيخ محمد، وأسألك التوفيق، وأيضا الإخوة الحضور. أنا حقيقة أنا الآن في سفر، ولكنني لا أستطيع أن أرد الشيخ محمد، ولا أستطيع أن أعتذر عن خاصة اللقاءات الاستفتاحية لمثل هذه الدورات المباركة.
الله يحفظك. خليني أترجم. The doctor said that he's actually traveling at the moment, but he said he could not turn the request down, and especially these kind of important kick-off events. That's why he's partaking today. Alhamdulillah, may Allah reward him, even though he's traveling. نعم تفضل.
حياك الله. حقيقة السؤال الذي أثرته أستاذ محمد سؤال جدير بالاهتمام.
نعم. He said that in reality the question you've posed is a question that is very important, that one should pay attention to.
ممكن أجيب بمثال حصل معي في رمضان الماضي.
And he said maybe I'll try to answer that question by giving an example of something that happened to me this last Ramadan.
كنت في مسجد في الهند في صلاة التراويح.
I was at a mosque in India for صلاة التراويح. المعذرة، أنا أحاول أن أترجم جملة.
لا مشكلة. جيد. فجاء أحدهم واستوقفني.
So one person came to me and stopped me.
وقال لي أنت أول عربي أراه في حياتي.
He said to him, you're the first Arab I see in my life.
وكان يتكلم العربية بطلاقة.
And he was speaking Arabic fluently.
ويتواصل معي بشكل جيد ورائع جدا.
He was communicating with me in a very good and beautiful manner.
وكان يشتكي من طريقة التعليم، كان يشتكي من طريقة تعليم اللغة العربية في الهند.
And he was complaining about the way people teach Arabic in India.
أعتقد أني أجبت يا شيخ محمد من هذا المثال. هذا الرجل لم يخرج من الهند ويتكلم العربية بطلاقة، وكان تواصله جدا ممتاز. لا أخفيك سرا أنه أفضل بكثير من الطلاب الذين درسوا في معاهدنا وللأسف الشديد.
He said that he said this example I give, but because this individual has never left India, and the way he was communicating with me, he was communicating me at a very high level, to the extent he said that I say with a heavy heart, even better than many of the students that come and study with us at our institutes, يعني in Saudi, يعني some of the scholarship students that come and they study in Saudi for 2 or 3 years and even go on to studying bachelor's and graduate. يعني the doctor is saying that he was communicating better than students who spend here many years, which يعني is something that's quite astonishing and something that I can also attest to myself. هذا يعني هذه حقيقة يا دكتور، أنا لاحظت هذا أيضا ولاحظه كثير من الإخوة والأخوات، أن كثير ممن يعني يأتي ويدرس هنا لعدة سنوات يرجع إلى بلاده وهو لا زال يعني يتتعتع في اللغة ويكسر اللغة فهذا أمر ملاحظ.
صحيح. والسبب لا يخفى عليكم وعلى الأخوة المستمعين والمستمعات أن هناك فروق فردية، هناك دافعية، هناك حب للغة حقيقي.
So he said some of the differences, some of the reasons for that is that there are individual learner differences. There's different levels of motivation. There is a love, different levels of love that people have for the language. نعم.
لذلك الآن أصبح حاجز الزمان والمكان ملغي حقيقة.
That's why he said in this day and age, the barrier, the locational barrier towards or with regards to learning the language, that barrier is gone this day and age. There is no geographical barrier anymore for you to learn any language. نعم.
كنا في السابق نسمع عن الشبكة الدولية، الناس يعيشون في قرية، الناس يصبحون في قرية، العولمة، أصبح الناس متقاربون أو متقاربين إلى آخره.
نعم. We used to hear. He said we used to hear about the fact that the world is one village and internet and people being connected and the likes. However, now, نعم.
الآن حقيقة مع تطور الشبكة الدولية وسرعة الإنترنت، الصوت والصورة ومقاطع والتطبيقات، أصبح الموضوع يعني فقط ممكن يكون الطالب فقط في المستوى المبتدئ يعاني قليلا ثم بعد ذلك ينطلق إذا كان الطالب يحب اللغة وحريص.
نعم. He said that now with the speed of the internet and technology, he said maybe the student might struggle initially, which obviously is natural. However, after that, he can quickly attain the language by way of this technology.
أنا أضرب مثال آخر كذلك بناس تعلموا اللغة الإنجليزية وحصلوا فيها على درجات عالية، الماجستير في اللغة الإنجليزية، الدكتوراه في اللغة الإنجليزية، وهو لم يخرج من بلده قط أبدا.
نعم. So he said there's many examples of people in other countries, even other languages as well, when it comes to English and the likes who master these languages without ever having left their country. نعم.
إذا قضية أن الطالب أو الدارس اللغة لابد أن يذهب إلى بلد عربي، هذا لم يكن صحيحا في الماضي، والآن وفي الحاضر يعني أصبح يقينيا أن الطالب بإمكانه يتعلم اللغة بتجاوز موضوع البيئة. دائما يقولون البيئة ويشتكون من البيئة، وتجد المدرسة فيها 5 أو 6 مدرسين يتكلمون درسوا العربية، ولكنهم فيما بينهم ومع الطلاب يتكلمون بلغات محلية غير العربية.
نعم. So
البيئة موجودة. نعم تفضل.
So he said regarding this issue of be out having an environment in order to learn the language, it being a barrier, he said this was known not to be the case before, and now it is absolute certainty that that's not a barrier. It's just that he mentioned that you find that sometimes within a school you'll have 6 teachers who have all studied the Arabic language, but even among themselves, let alone with the students, they still tend to speak their local language. نعم.
طبعا كان في السابق يعني قبل إلى وقت قريب جدا الناس لا يفضلون التعامل مع التعليم عن بعد.
نعم. He said not too long ago people had some level of aversion towards learning from a distance.
لكن بعد كورونا انكسر الحاجز، واصبح الناس يستخدمون برامج التواصل عن بعد باستمرار، واصبحت يعني محببة اليهم وليس فيها يعني ثقل كما في السابق.
But obviously after the corona pandemic, that barrier has disappeared and people, they don't feel that level of aversion anymore towards learning online from a distance. ما نريد نثقل عليك يا دكتور، أنت مسافر.
حياك الله، أهلا وسهلا.
نشكرك على هذه المشاركة الطيبة النافعة.
أهلا وسهلا، وأنا سعيد بداية هذه الدورة إن شاء الله، وإن شاء الله يستفيدون ويستمرون بإذن الله.
بارك الله فيكم، جزاك الله خير. He said very happy with the start of this new cohort and hopefully everyone will benefit and be consistent إن شاء الله. شكرا لك.
من أي بلدان عفوا المشاركون؟
والله أنا سألتهم، تريد أقول لك عندنا
تقريبا يعني
عندنا أمريكا، عندنا الهند، عندنا كندا، عندنا حتى الإمارات، غامبيا، أوروبا، ترينيداد، عندنا أيضا أستريا، يعني عندنا من كل أنحاء العالم.
إذا سيكون ضبط المواعيد فيه صعوبة قليلا.
أي نعم، لذلك وجدنا حلا لذلك إن شاء الله، سأشارككم إن شاء الله، سنكثف ورش العمل إن شاء الله، نجعلها في أوقات مختلفة حتى يستفيد الجميع إن شاء الله. وأما المحاضرة طبعا فهي مسجلة ومتناولة إن شاء الله كل الوقت.
وفقكم الله لكل خير ونراكم على خير مشيئة الله.
بارك الله فيكم وجزاكم الله خير.
حياكم. السلام عليكم.
حياكم الله. طيب الحمد لله. So there you have it. We would love to ask him more questions like we've done last time. However, due to time limitations and the fact that there's so much to be spoken about, let's go on and talk about what's new in this course. Like I said, something that we want to start off with, so that those of you that have heard about the course before and the likes, you can do other beneficial stuff, inshallah ta'ala. So we'll talk about the course in detail, inshallah, for new attendees. But what's new, what's different in this cohort? The first thing that I'd love to share with you, which is very exciting, is some new unlimited daily immersion workshops. Obviously, when I say unlimited, what I mean by that is The premium cohort students, they get a free pass to join as many workshops as they like. And we try to set up as many of them as possible. We've hired 2 full-time teachers on the brother side. We're looking to hire a similar number of teachers on the sister side so that we can at least have 12 workshops going on every single day at different time zones. So what are these workshops? Obviously, these workshops are what students love the most. Okay, it's the one thing that a lot of students mention make these courses different, and we'll talk about that in a moment why that's the case. And to quickly tell you what these workshops are, they are regular, segregated. One moment. These are regular, on a daily basis, segregated daily immersion workshops. Daily immersion, as in you get to immerse yourself in the language. That happen at different times of the day to cater for different time zones, obviously. And it's with a small group of students, between 4, maximum 5 or 6 students, under the supervision of a teacher. When I say under supervision of a teacher, it means the teacher is just there to guide the conversation. He's not there to lecture you, he's not there to talk. He's just there to make sure every student is partaking in the conversation. And these workshops, they focus on specific skills, which we've talked about before, the forgotten skills, okay, such as pronunciation. Yes, so letter pronunciation, something that a lot of people, they struggle with and they never get to actually perfect. Like we said, you have students of knowledge sometimes that until this day and age, 20, 30 years of teaching, they still mix up 2 letters in the Arabic language, and they say, instead of qalb, they say kalb. Yeah, that's a problem, qalb meaning heart and kalb meaning dog. Yani, if you pronounce both words, the first sound of it, the qaf and the kaf, you pronounce it the same, then there's no difference when it comes to what the people hear. Okay, they're not going to know what you're saying. So pronunciation is very important. Then we also have reading fluency. And I say it always, if you can't read a sentence or a certain expression, if you can't read it fluently from a book, you will never speak it fluently. Okay? So you have to be able to read the actual conversation, the dialogue in the book fluently, okay? Always almost close to memorizing it. I remember my teacher used to make us memorize it like Quran. Okay, I'm not gonna make you do that, but at least read it to a level whereby you can say it fluently, okay? But if you can't even say it fluently while you're reading from a book, how are you going to say it fluently while trying to, if you like, recall it from memory? It's not gonna happen. Also oral expression, right? Speaking, okay? We need to develop that skill, okay? And also written expression, writing. So that includes, we're mainly focusing on typing, obviously. I mean, handwriting as well. Maybe in the future we incorporate that, but right now it's typing either on a computer or laptop. And also not just the typing itself, the mechanical act of finding the letters, but also stringing together sentences that make sense, okay? So these are the skills we focus on, okay? How do we do that? By using level appropriate prompts. So the prompts that are meant to make you talk or meant to make you write, they are prompts that are appropriate to your level, okay? And I'm going to show you later on, inshallah, what we mean by that. We use different types of, if you like, learning resources that we've created specifically for this purpose. One of them is spin the wheel, whereby there are 3 words and you get random words, and then you have to use those words to make a sentence. And then sometimes you make a word by taking a word from different words that are grouped according to their category and their meaning and the likes. And I'll explain all of that later. So these workshops, again, the teacher will come well equipped with learning resources that are specific to what you've learned that week. And this is really the important point, which is these workshops are not random. It's not like come together for 40 minutes or 1 hour and just speak about random stuff. No, these workshops are there to reinforce what you've learned in class. Okay, so the pronunciation, we're taking specific sounds every week. Reading fluency, the actual dialogue for that week. Grammar skills, the actual grammar skills we learned that week. Okay, vocabulary, the same vocabulary that you've memorized that week. Okay, why is it needed? Why do we need these kind of workshops? Obviously, like I said, by popular demand. Students wanted this, they've asked for this. And it's not rocket science why they asked for it. Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question, right? Let's see what you say. To improve your Arabic communication skills, such as speaking and writing, you need to, what do you think? I want you to answer that question. And the answer to that question will tell us why we need these workshops. So, to improve your Arabic communication skills, such as speaking and writing, you need to fill in the blank. So, mashallah, either these are students that have heard me say this before, or some of you, mashallah, very, very bright. Now, like I said, it's not, I'm being sarcastic. You don't need to be bright to know this. Okay? In order to improve your speaking in the language, you have to speak more. In order to improve your writing skills in the language, you have to write more. And I say this is not rocket science, but at the same time, it seems to elude so many people who are learning the language. They sign up for an Arabic language program and they're just listening to the teacher lecturing them, yes, from beginning until end, or they're watching YouTube videos. And rarely does the student himself actually speak. Rarely does the student himself actually write. Okay? Teacher just leaves him to do the homework, but they never do their homework. Now, how are you going to become a better speaker of the language or a better writer of the language if you never speak or write? So that's the purpose of these workshops. Okay? To make you speak more and to make you write more. Okay? And the biggest contributing factor to students reaching the objective of this course, which is being able to communicate in the Arabic language, yes, is the amount of time and effort and the amount of opportunity the student gets to actually communicate in the language. So the more we facilitate for him opportunities to communicate in the language, the better the student will become in communicating in that language. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Why is it important to be able to communicate? Isn't comprehension just enough? Okay, especially for people like you, who most of you want to learn the language in order to understand the Quran and the Sunnah and seek knowledge from the scholars. Okay, why is it important that now you can communicate in the language? Isn't it enough that you just comprehend and you understand the book, or you understand the lecture, or you understand what the Shaykh is saying? This is an important question. Okay, it's a very important question. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people, they never focus on this. They spend all their time learning grammar, sarf, reading books, but never do they actually think to themselves, hey, I need to speak the language. I need to be able to write the language. Okay, so now we have to think about this. Why is it important anyway? If you can understand, isn't that just enough? Now, I'm going to say to you one thing. Yes, to a certain extent, it's enough, but you'll be severely hampered in your endeavor to seek knowledge. Okay, so let's see what you guys said. Very good point. To be able to ask questions to Ahl al-Ilm and understand their answers. Because how will we ask questions? Now, all of you have mentioned the same thing, which is asking questions. Another point, you can't take notes. You can't take notes, that's a problem. Okay, your full understanding of the language is not complete if you don't speak the language as well. Talking with Ahl al-Ilm. So, alhamdulillah, most of you already figured it out, which is number one, if you can't communicate in the language, how do you pose questions? Okay, how do you search for answers, especially in this day and age where a lot of the answers are to be found in books or places like Al-Maktabatu Shamila, which is kind of library full of books, and you type in what you're looking for and it gives you a result. How are you going to search for that? Even looking for an answer on Google, looking for an answer on Sheikh bin Baz's website, Sheikh bin Uthaymeen's Fatwa website. How are you going to find an answer if you don't even know how to string a sentence together? Okay, how are you going to take notes? Because copying what the Sheikh said is not called taking notes. That's called copying, right? Taking notes itself is a very important step in learning. We can't talk about that right now, right? But you learn by taking notes because you have to put the Sheikh's speech in your own words. That's how you remember stuff, okay? Your brain works differently from the Sheikh's brain. The way you organize it is different from the way the Sheikh organized his brain. So when you put knowledge in your own words, it sticks. Okay. Likewise, when you learn to speak a language, you start to think in that language. Okay. And not to mention that communication skill is a level above comprehension skills. So comprehension skills such as listening and reading, they're important. But communication skills or expression skills such as speaking, writing are a level above that, which means the better you get in speaking, the better you'll get at listening. The better you get at writing, the better you become in reading as well. Okay. And finally, and this is an important point, which is when you're able to communicate in the language and you regularly communicate in that language, you are practically implementing the theory that you've learned. Is the best way of implementing and practicing what you've learned. In grammar. Okay. So if you are one that loves your nahu and your sarf, yes, the best way to practice your nahu and your sarf is to try to speak the language yourself, because now you have to put the correct harakat on the words as you speak. And if you're able, I guarantee you, if you're able to speak with nahu, yes, then definitely you will understand nahu when you're reading it, because you've reached a level above the one who can just understand nahu or do i'rab when he's reading it. You're actually doing it at the speed, yes, at the fluency that is as fluent as your speech. Okay, and not anybody can reach that level. So that's why these workshops are needed. A lot of people, they overlook it. They think a student of knowledge, all he needs to do is be able to understand the language, which he's able to learn by just understanding it. I personally, before I came to Saudi Arabia, I understood the language. I was reading books, I was listening to lectures, but speaking was a bit difficult. Then when I came here and I started speaking with people, alhamdulillah, these speaking skills, they're actually there. They're just stored up somewhere. And just one day you'll unlock the door and you see yourself speaking fluently. So it took me like 2 or 3 months to literally unlock that door, and I was speaking fluently. It didn't take me like years because I was exposed to the language for so long. But the point I'm trying to say is that from that point onwards, yes, seeking knowledge took on a completely different level, because now I'm taking notes, now I'm asking questions, now I'm searching for answers. Okay. But I would never have reached that level unless my teachers put me in a position where I have to speak. Unless the teacher gives me assignments to write, I would never have written a page. Okay. And alhamdulillah, that's what this curriculum is about. All of the assignments that we do, they're electronically submitted, which allows us to follow up, hold you accountable. Okay, if I were to say, do your homework in your book, how am I going to know? No, you've got assignments on the portal that have due dates. Okay, so this kind of like forces the students to write pages upon pages every single week. So the cohort, level 3 students, they were writing pages last cohort, alhamdulillah. And next cohort, they'll do the same thing, bismillah. The next thing that is new is the new affordable essentials tier. Okay, you'll see that when you go to the website. Quickly navigate to the website. You'll find that there's a new tier here called the Essentials tier. Okay, Essentials cohort, which is a level, which is a tier in between the flexible self-paced and the premium cohort. Now the question is, why? Why do we need it? And what's the difference between that and the premium tier? The difference really between the Essentials tier and the premium tier is one word: live workshops. That's the difference. So when I say live workshops, I'm talking about the post-lecture workshops, the ones we do after lecture with myself and Ustad, or the free pass daily immersion workshops that the premium cohort students get, which are happening throughout the week. Okay, everything else is really the same. Okay, so why do we need to introduce this? Okay, can students do without workshops? Well, the reason we introduced is because we found that the students, the reasons why students can't join the premium cohort are 3 things, mainly. Number one, there's no seats available, because the premium cohort is very limited. The seats are limited because the workshop that me and Dr. Awad do, we limit the numbers to eight students maximum. Okay, so that every student get the most out of it. So 8 times 2, that's 16 places per level. Okay, for me and for the brother side. And the sister side, depending on, now we have 1 female teacher. If we have 2, then that would be 16 as well. So in total, for every level, we're looking at 32 students only. That's not enough for the amount of people that have shown an interest, which is more than 300 people, right? So people miss out on the premium cohort. They have missed out last cohort, and I expect them to miss out this time as well because of the limited numbers. And also another reason why some students don't join the premium cohort, because they can't afford it. Okay, and the final and the biggest reason is time zone differences. So we do the live lecture, which you can watch as a replay, no problem. But the workshop, you really can't watch the replay because, number one, we don't record it, okay, because we want the students to feel comfortable. And even if we did record it, it's not the same experience. So this essentials tier kind of like solves all those problems, okay? So we're not limited by post-lecture workshops, by the numbers of post-lecture workshops in terms of seats, or the timings, because the post-lecture workshops have a specific time as well. They're not throughout the day, they're right after the lecture, the general lecture that we do twice a week. And also, it's a lower cost on us, which means we can make it more affordable for the student, okay? And the reason why we find it important, why it's a big deal that students can't join premium cohort, not just because they miss out, because mashallah, a lot of students are eager, which means if they can't find a premium cohort, they go to the next best thing, which they used to have, which was the self-paced. And for me, the self-paced is a big X, right? We offer self-paced, but I never advise anyone to take self-paced, okay? Unless they have to, okay? Because the biggest factor to student success is the actual social component, the accountability, learning with other students, having due dates for your assignments, competition amongst the students, you know, progressing with the students, exams, midterm exams, final exams, having a grade. All of these things, self-paced students, they don't have this, okay? And these are all the things that contribute to a student's success, okay? So the principle really is that you should never study alone if you can study with others. That's why the Arabs, they have a very famous saying, which is al-ilmu bayna talamid, they say, that knowledge is in between peers, yani between classmates, okay? So knowledge, you gain it, it's something you gain amongst your fellow classmates, as in together with your classmates, you study together, okay? You gain from them, so you learn from their mistakes, they learn from your mistakes, you compete with each other, you hold each other accountable, teacher holds you accountable. We can't give this in self-paced, okay? So if learning is, generally speaking, a very social thing, then how about language learning? You can never learn a language without, or especially conversational, Arabic conversational skills by yourself. It's very difficult. So why do we offer the self-paced tier? Because there are some people who just cannot make it and we just don't have the time. So they want to go at their own pace. You want to go at your own pace? That's what self-paced tier is for, okay? So because we didn't want people to go to the self-paced tier, that's why we introduced the essentials tier, where they can have everything on offer, apart from the live workshops, because of the reasons that we've mentioned, in terms of seats being limited, in terms of cost, and in terms of, you know, people having or trying to join from different time zones. So this is really for those students, the essentials cohort, the essentials tier, is for students who can't attend live workshops or who can't afford the premium tier and unfortunately did not get the scholarship, or those who missed out on a seat on the premium tier because they didn't secure the seat in time. That's what the essentials cohort is for, inshallah. But having said that, that doesn't mean if you're on the essentials cohort, you have no chance of taking part in workshops. No, you can take part in the daily immersion workshops, inshallah, but you're going to pay either on a per session basis or you're going to buy a bundle of sessions or whatever. Okay, you don't get the free pass that premium cohort students get, whereby they can join any workshop that is scheduled. So again, because of the different time zones, you might need that because that gives you more flexibility to only pay for those workshops that you can attend. Finally, the new installments option, which is incorporated into the website. So when you go to the website, all you need to do is just choose the installments option. It's very easy. But the very important disclaimer, which is, the installments option is only there for the premium cohort. And since you took up a seat, obviously, if you drop out of the course, then you are still liable to pay the outstanding balance. It's not a subscription. It's not a monthly subscription that you cancel whatever you like. No, it's a commitment. We're just trying to make things easier for you by allowing you to pay in 3 installments. It's not a subscription. You still took that seat which incurred a cost obviously on us that we have secured for you. All the resources are there for you. Those teachers are hired in order to teach you. So if you just stop turning up, obviously we won't just allow you to disappear. We'll reach out to you. We'll be on your case to the best of our ability. But if something happens that doesn't allow you to complete the course, that doesn't now mean that you can just cancel your subscription, your plan, obviously. Type. So before we go on to steps to join, and then after, we haven't talked about the course really. I was going to talk about steps to join first. Reason being that maybe some of you have heard this many, many times. You know about the course, you just want to know how to join. If that's the case, if many of you are like that, we'll talk about steps to join. Otherwise, we'll talk a bit more about the course. And I think there's no better way than to ask on WooClap. Okay? Let me ask a WooClap quickly. What shall we cover next? Okay, so either steps to join, or should we talk about the course? And at the end, I'm going to show you a sample week. Okay, what does a week look like in the Arabic conversational course? Okay. First, let's get your thoughts on this. Scholarships, I'll talk about that as well. During steps to join. That's what we'll cover about scholarships. About the course, literally about the course, the curriculum, details about the course, really. Okay, more details. Which again, you'll find most of it obviously on the website. You have the learning objectives, you have what makes this course unique. There's even an FAQ section at the end. So you'll find most of it on our website, but obviously, I'm also here to cover it today in this event. Type steps to join clearly seems to be the most popular option. So we'll talk about that, which I thought was a good idea. Alhamdulillah, I'm happy the most of you agree. I will talk about that right now. Before I do that, however, I want to pose two questions to our existing students. And I've done this before, and I'm doing it again because I want people to benefit. Now, you've studied with us maybe for one cohort, maybe two cohorts, maybe three cohorts. Maybe this is your fourth one, mashallah, tabarakallah. You've got a wealth of experience in this particular course. As a matter of fact, you have experience that I don't have. Okay, there's things that maybe you can share with your fellow students that maybe I won't even resonate with because I'm the teacher and I'm not the student. So I want to ask you two questions, please. Help out your brothers and sisters by answering these two questions. Number one, what were some of the challenges you faced and how did you overcome them? Okay, that's the first question. Okay. So that's for our existing students. And I think there's quite a few of them here, if I'm not mistaken. I can see 1, 2, 3. And when I say existing students, I mean, if you study with us any cohort, feel free to answer, inshallah. It could be this cohort, it could be the previous cohort, the one before, you know. And I know you might need a bit of time to think. Take your time, inshallah. Okay. We'll talk about days and timings, inshallah, in a moment. Right. All right, so I'll leave that question up. I'll leave it up because it's going to take a bit of time. I'll cover a few points while they are typing that. Jazakumullah khairan. Regarding steps to join, the first thing you need to do is fill out the application form, obviously. And I'm going to share the link with you right now in the chat, just so that you can, don't fill out now, fill out after class. Okay, and I'll post in the Telegram channel as well. Okay. The application form, I'm going to run you quickly through the application form. You click on start, obviously, write your name, last name, and excuse me, but if you have filled out the application or the registration form, the interest one, where you show your interest, there might be a few questions that are coming back. So you might have to fill them out again. If you don't want to do that, then I'll send you an email tomorrow whereby your information is embedded within the link so that you don't need to answer the same questions twice. But again, I advise you to just do it now, inshallah ta'ala, and just be patient, inshallah. Because there's a lot of people that haven't filled out that particular form. So for that reason, I have to ask those questions again, such as your name and your email and your gender and all these sort of things. Okay. Now I need you to ask what level you're interested in joining. Yeah, sorry, the link, there seems to be a problem with the link. Let me post it again. There you go. I mean, I don't know. Why is it not turning to hyperlink? I don't know. It should turn into hyperlink. I think Zoom has maybe disabled it, even for me as the host. Maybe add a space after it. No, still not. No, not hyperlinks, I'm sorry. Just copy and paste it to your URL, or I'll paste it on the channel. I'll paste it on the channel right now. If you're on the channel, just join the channel, inshallah. Actually, I'm going to paste it on the Arabic channel, the Arabic Conversational Course channel. Okay, just click it on the channel, inshallah. Okay. Type. So you select the level you're interested in joining, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you know what level you're on. Otherwise, you select, I want to take a placement test for joining level 2 or a placement test for joining level 4. And then you select the tier you're interested in. Now, obviously, some of you will say, Ustad, I don't know what tier I want to join. I don't even know the difference between these sort of things. Then all you need to do is just click on, I'm not sure, please advise me. Okay, because these applications, we're going to receive them. As we receive them, we're going to go over the details and all the questions we need to ask you in order to know what tier is best for you, that are incorporated within the application form. So we're going to reply to you with a recommendation of what tier to join and everything, and provide you everything you need. Okay. If, for example, you select a certain tier, but your answers don't reflect the requirements of that tier, then likewise we'll tell you so. Okay. So if you're not sure, just say I'm not sure, no problem. Then you select how you want to pay for the course. Again, there are 3 options. You can make a full payment and get a 10% discount, or you can apply for installments option, which you can just do on the website actually, but there's no discount for that. Or you can apply for a scholarship seat, which means you have to wait until enrollment is over on either Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we have limited seats for scholarships that we will, inshallah ta'ala, offer to students that qualify the most. Okay. Then a few more qualifying questions to make sure. For such as, can you read Arabic? Because if you can't, then this of course is not for you. Also, are you planning to attend and engage in the live workshop? Here are the timings for level 2 and level 4. Okay, all timings are according to Mecca time, and the extra daily immersion workshops, they take place throughout the day to cater for all time zones. You don't need to worry about that. But I'm talking about the live workshops that take place after the lecture with me and Dr. Awad. Then these are the timings. If you are planning, say yes. If you can, obviously. If you can't, say no. And if other, then please explain your situation. Maybe you can attend one of the days. Maybe you can attend half of the day. Maybe you can attend 2-3 weeks from now. Whatever. Just write it. Okay. Then we have how many hours can you dedicate? Okay. Right. Whatever. Okay. 54. I wish. And then obviously double check that your email is correct. If the answer is yes, then press yes. And then finally, and this is very, very important, where should we contact you for important notifications other than by email? And the reason for that is that emails get lost in spam and promotions folder. So we need another backup channel in case we have an important message to send you regarding your application. Okay. I think I'm going to get rid of Telegram because it's difficult to message people on Telegram. Actually, I'll keep Telegram for now. You can pick one of these 3 options, inshallah. Okay. And then that's it. Your application has been successful. We're going to process your application and contact you via email, inshallah, within the coming 12 hours. That's our target, inshallah, maximum 24 hours. And that's it, alhamdulillah. That's the application process. And the purpose of the process, like I've explained to you, is to make sure that every student joins the tier and the level that is suitable for him, and that students for who this course is not suitable, we tell them. Okay, we don't want to end up someone signing up for the course doesn't work out for him, he paid money, he took a seat from another student, 3 weeks later he drops out. It's happened before. Before we just used to say to the people, here's the link, secure your seat, make the payment, we'll talk about the rest later. We change things now. It doesn't work because that has backfired. It has backfired on them, it has backfired on us. We're not just after your money, it's not just, how many sales we can secure. That's not what it's about. Places are limited. We want to make sure that those who will make the most of the course are the ones that sign up and secure their seats. Those who can't make the most of this course, they should not take up a premium cohort seat. Okay, take the essentials cohort, which is more flexible, or go for the flexible self-paced, right? And I know that this might turn some of you off, but it's better that it turns you off right now, and that you, number one, don't waste your time, don't waste your money, and most importantly, you don't waste that seat and take it away if you're not going to make use of it. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you can't miss any assignments. It doesn't mean things have to line up 100%. That's not what it means. Okay, there might be challenges. There will be challenges for everyone, right? But that's not the point. The point is that at least you have the minimum requirements. So what are the minimum requirements? Okay, we're going to talk about that when we talk about the course. But I suppose I'll mention it now because it's related to it, which is, number one, you have to have enough time to attend and complete all the assignments on time, which we estimate to be 7 hours per week. 4 hours for the live lectures and workshops. So the post-lecture workshops are mandatory. The other ones are optional. And then about 3 hours for assignments. About 3 hours for assignments, which gives you a total of 7 hours per week minimum. You don't have 7 hours per week, go for the self-paced. Spend whatever amount of time that you can consistently. Let one level take 6 months. It doesn't matter. It's better than nothing. Okay? But don't sign up for the premium cohort, because the cohort has a fixed start and end time. Likewise, and this is important, if you are shy of speaking in a small group setting, which is segregated, and only brothers and only sisters, if you're that shy of making mistakes and you can't take it, don't sign up for this course. There are brothers and sisters who signed up for this course, attended one workshop, felt a little bit out of depth, kind of like felt like everybody else is a level higher than them, which is what's worse. It's not true. I believe it's not true. So Shaitan wants to put you down and make you feel like you don't know anything, everyone's better than you. That's not the case for the most part, right? Because we do the placement test. Most students are roughly at the same level, but they might be more confident than you. And that confidence, you translate it as, they're better than me. And then you think that you're right at the bottom of the class, and you think that's embarrassing. So then you stop attending the workshops. Wallahi, it has happened. Okay? Now I took that person's money, you took up a seat, and he's not making use of the most important feature of the course, which is the live workshops. So if you're that kind of person, which you shouldn't be, because it's been said that two people never learn, the arrogant and the shy, you shouldn't be. But if you know from yourself you are that kind of person, right? And you don't think you can change, I do think you can change, but again, end of the day, you're the one that will judge, then please, maybe that's not for you, okay? And this is not to say don't join us, this is to say, if you do commit, I expect you to take part in the workshops. And also, if you can't read Arabic with vowel marks, not without, Arabic with fatha, kasra, and dhammas, completely vowelized like the Quran, if you can't read it because you can't recognize the letters or the vowel marks, then this course is not for you, because you can't really learn using a book if you can't read, okay? And fluency is not a requirement. You don't have to read fluently, but at least you have to be able to read accurately. So these are the prerequisites, which again, like I said, are built into what? The application form. One important question, which I've heard so many times, which tier is best for me? Especially now that we have 3 tiers. Now, the best way, I believe I can explain it to you, and like I said, the application form will take care of it. With the results, we'll know. But nevertheless, in case this works and this helps, I'm going to explain to you, inshallah, in a way that I believe is the easiest, what the difference is between each tier and who should go for what tier. So let's say Bismillah and go through this flow chart that I've created for you. Okay, so the question is, which tier is best for me? All right. The first question we have to ask is, can you dedicate 7 hours per week to this course? Okay, that's the first question. If the answer to that is no, then join the self-paced tier. There's nothing I can do for you, right? That's what the self-paced tier is for. It's for those people that can't dedicate 7 hours per week to this course, okay? I don't care how much money you've got available, if you can afford it or not. I don't care if you are available during the live workshops or not. If you don't have time to do the assignments, you don't have time to attend the workshop, the live lectures and the likes, self-paced is better for you, because self-paced, that's its purpose. Its purpose is to give you flexibility to do the assignments whenever you want. Okay, you can, mashallah. You can dedicate 7 hours per week to this course. The next question would be, do you plan to participate in the live workshops? Are you able to, right? Check the application form for the schedule. And like I said, maybe you can't attend all live workshops, but if you can attend most of them, then that's fine. Or maybe you can't attend the post-class workshops, but you can attend the daily immersion workshops. Yeah, you do have time, but just not those hours, right? So that's the question. Are you going to take part? If the answer is no, then join the Essentials tier. Essentials tier is for you because you have time available to do your assignments. Alhamdulillah, teacher will mark your assignments. He'll return it back to you. You can join the live lecture. You'll finish the course with everyone else. You start with everyone else and you'll finish with everyone else. That's great. So join the Essentials tier. If yes, you can, then I would say, can you afford the premium cohort? The answer to that is yes, then go ahead. What are you waiting for? Select full payment and join the premium tier, because you can attend the live workshops and you have time available. Premium cohort is perfect for you. If the answer is no, you can't afford it, then can you afford to pay in installments? Okay. If the answer is yes, then select installments option on the website and join the premium tier. Okay, maybe you can't afford to pay in installments, then the only option available for you is to apply for a scholarship and join the premium tier through the scholarship program. So that's, if you like, a quick overview of how to choose what tier is best for you. Now we're going to go back to the answers that our brothers and sisters have given, and there's a lot of answers. But before I do that, so that I can set them off and they can go, the next question is, what would you have done more of if you could go back in time? Again, what would you have done more of if you could go back in time? From those brothers and sisters who've studied with us. And inshallah, we'll go over your answers in a moment, okay? Meanwhile, I'm so multitasking today. That's the application form. Select the payment option. I've explained all of that. That's step number one. After you fill out the application form, make sure you join the Telegram channel if you haven't already done so. I cannot overstress the importance of that, because that is where we send updates and everything. So I'm going to send it here again. Okay, please join the Telegram channel. Where's the link actually? Somebody can post it, would be appreciated. There we go. Please join the Telegram channel if you haven't done so already. Okay, let's share it with our YouTube audience as well. Please join the Telegram channel. Okay. Type. Then we have, barakallahu feekum, step number 3, a very important step, which is join the community platform. Now you're probably saying, Ustad, what's that? It's basically our new place. We used to have private Telegram channels. Now we have our own community platform. And we have it for multiple reasons. One of the reasons is that Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever, Facebook, they are places where the student can easily get distracted. Or sometimes the student does not open Telegram or WhatsApp out of fear of distraction, which means he misses our messages, he misses the engagement in the Arabic program. So we have our own community platform, and it has its own app that you can download, where you can enable push notifications, so that when you open the app, you know it's nothing but beneficial knowledge, it's nothing but Arabic, it's nothing but things that contribute to your studies. Without fearing that you open Telegram, there's 1,000,001 messages, okay, and channels, and initially you wanted to come to the Arabic Conversational course channel or the Tafsir channel, but before you know it, you're down a rabbit hole, in another channel. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, last thing we want to do is distract the students, right? So in this community platform, another benefit as well of community platform is that it has different spaces, which allows us and allows the student to only join those spaces which he wants to join, those spaces which are relevant to him. People have different times available. They're not all available at the same time. There are some programs that we might do that some people don't have time for. You can choose not to join those spaces, okay? So again, it has that level of flexibility. Some of the spaces are, you have a start here space where we're gonna post a lot of different things regarding how to sign up, everything regarding this kickoff event and anything else you need to get started, it will be there on that space. An FAQ, where we have the FAQ, frequently asked questions of this cohort and all previous cohorts. You can quickly search by keyword. A chat where you can get help quickly from a member of either the team or more importantly from your fellow classmates, because there's a lot of questions that the students can answer that I don't need to be involved in. And also, and this is an important one, a space on tips on how to learn Arabic. We've done tons of events and lectures talking about Arabic, how to learn Arabic, different skills, the forgotten skills, and blah, blah, blah. I just want to bring all of that together in one little space, organize it, give it titles so that's always available for people to look at. Because again, I want to stop being repetitive every time we do a kickoff event, every time we have a new group of students. So this is going to be the space where we post as an archive for all of those benefits, inshallah. And also another space which is very important is a space called Ask a Student, right? And the purpose of this is that a lot of you are new students. You don't know about the cohort, right? And maybe you want an honest input from some of our existing students, right? Maybe you want to hear it from those who've actually experienced it, okay, without any bias. So in that particular space, we're going to have all these students from previous cohorts or those existing students that are studying with us now. And you can post your question there, inshallah, segregated space for brothers and sisters. And inshallah, I stay out of it. The student himself or herself will answer that question. Feel free to ask whatever questions you like, and they will answer, inshallah ta'ala, according to their experiences. Another space as well, which is really important, is a space which I call share your wins, right? And this is for the sake of motivation, okay? Some have studied Arabic language for many years, some less. Okay, what has worked for you? What breakthrough have you made? What would you like to share with your fellow brothers and sisters as a piece of advice so that, they can benefit from your experience? Share your wins. So anything that you worked for you, share it with others. A feedback and suggestion space, a space for what's new, and also a free resources space whereby we post any resources for learning Arabic that are freely available, inshallah. And over time, obviously, will become, mashallah, something very valuable, inshallah ta'ala. That's what we hope. So join the community platform. When do you join the community platform? You join after you reply to your application. We say, okay, this course is for you. With it will come an invitation to the community platform. Click on that, come to the platform. You don't have to be an fully enrolled student to join the community platform. You're free to join and benefit and ask and whatever. That's up to you. Then you submit the placement test if you want to take a placement test, but that's only after you join the community platform. Okay, join the community platform, and then we'll give you, there'll be a space there for the placement test that you can do, inshallah. If you pass, then you can join level 2 or 4. If you fail, then you should register for level 1 or 3. And like I said, we might do level 1 this cohort. If not, the next cohort, inshallah ta'ala. And finally, secure your seat. Okay? And all these steps will not be complete and your space will not be secured unless you do this final one. And there's only one way to secure your seat. Yes, sorry, which is making the payment, right? Or getting a scholarship. That's the only way to secure your seat, by committing. Okay? Because if you don't commit, we can't commit. Right? If we said, okay, khalas, you've secured your seat by just giving us a promise, then that's a problem. Why? Because, a lot of students, they go missing sometimes, So many students, they missed out last cohort. Why? Because they were waiting for a response, or they were waiting for the placement test results. But with over 400 people showing an interest and only 32 places available, you're going to miss out. So some people, they have missed out because of that. So what I would say is, secure your seat, right? And I'm going to give you the link to the page, the course overview page, inshallah ta'ala, where you also have the the ability to enroll, okay, then do so, okay? And obviously, we have a refunds policy that's pretty clear and straightforward. We offer a 7-day money-back guarantee from the day the course officially starts. So that's not next Saturday, that's up to the Friday after that. If within the first week you feel like these courses are not for you, just send us an email, we'll refund your money, and we'll give the seat to someone on the waiting list, okay? So you don't need to worry about that, inshallah ta'ala. We just need commitment so that we can commit our resources, even the placement test as well. It takes a lot of time to mark all these placement tests. Last time we marked over 25, 30 placement tests, and then students just go missing, you know? So that's one thing. You can also secure a scholarship seat, obviously, if that's what you want to go for. It's going to be posted on Tuesday or Wednesday, the link after enrollment is over. So we're going to have fixed numbers. You're going to see the application form, every funding type, how many spaces he has available. And then you fill it out, alhamdulillah, we'll get back to you. And after you review it, if you're accepted, alhamdulillah, ahlan wa sahlan. Or we might say to you, you're on a waiting list, you're next in line. Because those who are accepted, if they don't secure the seat within 24 hours, then we offer it to those on the waiting list. That's how you join the course. Again, fill out the application form, join Telegram channel. Once you get the invitation, join the community platform, take a placement test if you need to, and then submit the payment, inshallah ta'ala. Now, let me share quickly with you the links to the, like I said, the course pages, which is the first thing we're going to show, inshallah, regarding the courses anyway. So we have level 2 and cohort 4. We also have, there's the other one, level 2, cohort 4, level 4. Let me share my screen again. So this is the learning portal, okay? This is level 4, there's level 2. All the information you need is here about the course and everything. You can even see the course lessons as well. And as you can see, all of the assignments are already preloaded, uploaded onto the website. And I made it possible for you to even check out these assignments, the first week of assignments. So you can check it out, they're all free. Scroll through them, watch them, so that you can get a feel of what's required. And if you think it's for you, then you click on enroll. Like I said, we got 2 options. You can pay once, or you can pay in 3 installments. If you click on enroll, you want to pay once, make sure in the coupon you write full payment so that you get a 10% discount. And you need to also probably sign in or create an account. Very easy. I'm signed in already at the moment. It's very easy. You just add your name, last name, gender, country, and choose a password. Make an account on the website, and then you submit the payment. Once you do that, your seat is secured. You don't do that, problem, okay? If you need any question, you can also ask us questions here in this chat widget. We'll try to get back to you as soon as possible, inshallah ta'ala. Same thing applies obviously to level 4 as well, inshallah. Now, like I said, you don't need to submit the payment in order to try out these assignments, okay? So let me sign out quickly so that you can see how it looks like for someone who's not signed in. If you try to preview these assignments, it's going to ask you to make an account. So just make an account quickly or log in if you already have an account, and then you can preview the assignments. Now we're done with that. Next, we're going to talk about the course in more detail. And let me share the link actually to these. I haven't done so yet. This is for level 2. And you'll get this in the link obviously as well after you fill out the application form. And the other one, that's level 2, and this is level 4. Okay, I'm just posting level 2 for now, because I think most of you are level 2 anyway. But let's go over the input that we've got from the students from last cohort. All right. The previous question was, what were some of the challenges you faced and how did you overcome them? Shyness in workshops that we've already mentioned. The ustads will not let you sit in a workshop quietly. They will engage with you and almost force you in a nice way into applying what you've learned. Soon enough, you will no longer feel as such and feel comfortable. They do an amazing job. Jazakallah khair. Okay, so that's how they overcame it. So the way you overcome shyness regarding the workshops is very simple. Just turn up. That's what I take away from this message. Just show up and leave the rest to the teachers. But if you don't show up and you go missing, nobody can help you. Challenge is hard to stay focused over a long period of time due to other life commitments or work. Setting a goal to show up every class stops you from quitting during busy periods. MashaAllah. We always stress that. We say, if anything, just show up. It doesn't matter if you're falling behind in assignments. It doesn't matter if you feel like everyone else is light years ahead of you. It does not matter, my dear brothers and sisters. You've paid for this course or you got a scholarship. Just show up for those 12 weeks. Just week in, week out, that time, just show up and sign in and log into Zoom. That's it. Okay, don't go missing. Forgetting and mixing grammar rules, I found that note-taking was vital and doing it in a fashion that's easy to refer back to and organized. I revised my notes and note-taking method each cohort, tweak it to what works for you. I'm going to have to literally summarize all of this and share it with everyone, inshallah. Or we can come back to it, inshallah, at the end, because mashallah, there's a lot of gems here. Then we have, what would you have done more of if you could go back in time? Read more books, even kids' books. That's very good advice. Wake up for night prayers, mashallah. That's a good one. Listen to more lectures in Arabic. I can't stress that enough. Even if you feel like you're not ready, you'll pick up a few words here and there. Memorize Quran, na'am. I would have made better notes. I would have revised previous lessons more often. Again, a lot of gems here, and I'll make sure that I summarize it, refine it, and post it on the community platform, inshallah ta'ala. Okay? طيب. Going back to talking about the actual course, for those of you that don't know about the course, obviously the curriculum is Al-Arabiyyatu Bayn Yadayk. Why do we choose this curriculum? Because this is the curriculum that focuses the most on conversational skills, as opposed to Medina books and the likes. Those books, and there's not enough exercises to develop your conversational skills. And people, they fail to realize that Medina books are books. It's a curriculum it's only the grammar side, or it's only the grammar subject at the university. In other words, at the Islamic University, they've got many books. In the subject called grammar, they teach Medina books, the ones that people teach, right? So that book is specifically written for the subject of grammar only. It's not a complete program. At the actual ma'had itself, it's not a complete program. It's part of a program. So when you try to take that part of a program by itself without all the other things that come with the program, then obviously you're going to end up with a very unbalanced approach to learning the language. Which level should you join? We've covered that already. Okay, placement test. General learning objectives and outcomes, please go to the website. You have it written there in detail regarding speaking skills and everything. And obviously language domains, and I've talked about this before. I find it a bit repetitive, and I'm going to post, inshallah ta'ala, a link to the clip where I talked about language domains, i.e. vocabulary, grammar, and sounds, and how they interrelate with each other. I'll post it on the community platform. I also talked about Arabic language skills before, specifically the forgotten skills. I'll post a clip about that also on the community platform. The course calendar, the timeline for the course is that we start on the 3rd of June. We finish on the 12th of August, inshallah, 12 weeks. And class timings are outlined in the application form, as I've shown you. And we already covered course prerequisites. The only thing that is remaining is to show you what a sample week looks like in the Arabic conversational course. So everything starts off on a Friday, where you have pre-unit assignments. These are assignments that you do actually before the lecture itself. Okay? And the objectives of this is that you get some reading practice in, you practice your pronunciation, it assesses your previous knowledge and exposes you to the vocabulary that's going to be covered. Okay? It has what we call dialogue videos. These are videos which are actually, they're basically the dialogues in the book, we've turned them into some interactive videos. All right. Let's see if I can allow you to preview it. Yeah, I did sign out, didn't I? Why did I sign out? Let me sign back in. So let's say login. Huh? Thumbs down. Please check your email and password. What are you talking about? Okay. Okay, so here we have, this is actually level 4. We have dialogue worksheets, whereby you read the dialogue here on the right-hand side, and you answer these questions. These are again taken from the book. Okay. Then you have worksheets that relate to the text as well, same thing. Then we have vocabulary flashcards on an app called Quizlet, one of the most popular things with the students. Okay, whereby you get to practice all the different vocabulary before actually we come to class. Then you have a grammar worksheet as well. You got listening comprehension worksheet, and you have a vocabulary test as well. You do at the end, or you do midweek. Okay, which is a test on the vocabulary that you've learned. Now that's level 4. Going to level 2, slightly different. So actually, I'm gonna show you what a week looks like by just going through the assignments. That's probably easier. Okay, so we have again pre-class that we said is from Friday onwards. Then we have post-class. This is from Sunday to Monday. Then we have end of unit, which is after the last lecture on Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, you do end of unit assignments. Post-class, like we said, we have reading, dialogue reading practice. The purpose of this, that you practice your reading. Okay?
الوحدة التاسعة
Until you become fluent.
التسوق.
So you watch this video,
الحوار الأول.
you repeat after them until you become fluent. Okay, so this is the same as
انظر واستمع.
this took the book. Obviously is just a long text. We took it, made it into sentences that kind of looks like a dialogue, so that's easier for you to read on a screen.
أهلا وسهلا. أريد معجما من فضلك. أي معجم تريد؟ أريد المعجم العربي.
And then it's going to come to a stage whereby it says
معجما من فضلك.
استمع.
30.
نعم.
Okay, first you just watch it, and then it's going to say to you, now it's your turn. Then you have to repeat after.
30 ريالا.
Space in between for you to repeat.
تفضل.
Let me show you.
هذه 30 ريالا.
والآن جاء دورك. انظر واستمع وأعد.
أهلا وسهلا.
Then you say أهلا وسهلا.
أريد معجما من فضلك.
Then you say أريد معجم من فضلك. So you keep on doing that until you become fluent. Okay? Then obviously you have the worksheet as well. Again, taken from the book. You answer these questions, and all of this before class. Then after class, you have sound recognition practice, where you practice your recognition of different sounds. This one is the difference between dha and dhal.
ضرة.
You have to choose which one he just said. Dharra. Okay? And
ذل.
you say dhil or dhil. See, you have to recognize it. Okay? And then you have listening comprehension. You have writing expression, which involves you writing a lot. Okay? A reading comprehension, whereby you read paragraphs and then you answer by writing the correct answer. And then we have grammar practice. These are exercises that I have created. They're not from the book. And they specifically focus on the grammar skills of that week. And it gives you a leaderboard as well. So there's a level of competition as well. Right? Both of them are fill in the blank, whereby you choose the correct answer. So here we have تفضل علبة الملح. So what would it be? Would it be هو علبة الملح هذه علبة الملح، هي علبة الملح، or هذا علبة الملح ملح. بيتفضل هذه علبة الملح. Do this exercise, you could do it as much as you like, okay, until the actual grammar skill becomes ingrained in you, inshallah. And then finally we have the vocabulary test. So this is a sample of the weekly exercises. I have not shown you the workshop learning resources, which I would love to show you, but time is of the essence right now. I need to answer some of your questions. Maybe I'll post maybe a more detailed overview, inshallah, in the community platform, so that you can have a better understanding, inshallah. But like I said, you can sign up for you can go to the actual website right now, make an account, and actually access all of those learning resources that I've shown you. You can have a go at it and see it for yourself, inshallah. Okay? Right. I'm done here. I hope I've covered everything that needed to be covered. Hope to see all of you, inshallah ta'ala, join us. I mean, not all of you, it's not possible, but at least those of you who make it first, inshallah. And next, I'm going to try and answer some of your questions. And before I do that, let me just one final time send all of the links that need to be sent. Starting off with the Telegram channel, extremely important. Please join Telegram. And then followed by the application form. Please fill out the application form. Okay, now it's turning into hyperlinks here all of a sudden. Okay. Then we have the application form. Then we have, if you want to secure your seat, then you should go to the website. Okay. That's the website with the course overview. You can also sample the different courses for yourself. That's level 2. When can you expect to get a reply to application? Inshallah, within 12 to 24 hours, bi'idhnillah. Bi'idhnillah al-kareem. Going to work on that tomorrow. There's no timing shown for level. Level 1, we haven't decided to teach yet this cohort. This cohort for level 2 and level 4. And level 1, maybe we'll teach it, depending on what? The demand, inshallah. Barakallah feekum. Let's see if there are other questions. It's really good organized, mashallah. I've never seen this. Alhamdulillah, jazakallah khair. It's been a long effort over the course of a year and a half, and inshallah we'll get better and better bi'idhnillah al-kareem. Days and hours Eastern Standard Time USA. I have no idea. I've given you Mecca times. All you need to do is go to Google, right? For example, 9 p.m. Mecca time, convert to Eastern Standard Time. It will give you, inshallah. What's the difference between Arabic Conversational course and Arabic Essentials course? The Arabic Essentials course is a free course, which we're going to do, inshallah, maybe 2 months from now. But it's a what we call a MOOC, they call it MOOCs, right? Which is a massive open course for everyone. Everyone can join, it's free, and it's mainly one-way communication, whereby I explain some of the most important grammar concepts, and I'll give you exercises that are automatically graded, not manually graded by a teacher. This will allow you to develop your comprehension skills, but not your communication skills. Why? Because the communication skills, you need feedback for that from a teacher or fellow student. As in, when you say make a sentence and you make a mistake, you come up with your own sentence. No machine can mark that. Maybe in the future if AI develops, but right now there's no way for a computer to anticipate what the correct answer should be when you come up with it yourself. So that's why you need a teacher to mark it. That's not given, or that's not offered in the Arabic Essentials course, because the Arabic Essentials course is a course for everyone. Okay, but this course, again, we limit the seats, we limit the numbers. There's a cost involved because of the number of team members that we have, full-time team members. So that allows us to give you the attention and resources required to develop these conversational, expressional skills. Hope that's clear. Someone said they paid for level 2, but they realized that they should opt for level 1. Again, if that's the case, we'll refund your money, or we'll secure your seat for level 1 when we teach it 3 months from now, whichever one you want, no problem, right? But it's not an issue. Or we'll hold on to it for a week until we decide if we're going to teach level 1 or not. Once we make a decision, then we can refund your money, inshallah ta'ala, if we're not teaching level 1, and if we are, then ahlan wa sahlan. I don't understand the payment options. Payment options, I hope you do. I mean, I hope that question was a long time ago before I actually explained it. That's what I assume. What can I do to edit my contact preferences? I would like to change from Telegram to SMS. I just heard you say that you experienced some difficulty messaging people via Telegram. Yeah, we'll give you the option, inshallah. Just get into the community platform for now, because messaging you on the community platform is easier than all 3 of them. Okay, so inshallah, if you submit your application and you get invitation to join the community platform, then that shouldn't be a problem, inshallah. I've posted the link, time zone, Mecca, like I said. Essentials, I already explained it. What are the levels 1, 2, 3, and 4? Each level is one of the books of Bayn Yadayk. Bayn Yadayk in total, it's 4 mustawiyat, which could be translated to level, but we'll call it 4 mustawiyat. And each mustawa is 2 parts, 2 books. So in total, it's 8 books. Our levels correspond to 1 book of Bayn Yadayk. So book 1A is level 1, book 1B is level 2, book 2A is level 3, book 2B is level 4, and so on and so forth. Okay? I don't know if I'm level 3 or 4, what should I do? You do the placement test. Apply, join the community platform, do the placement test. If you want to secure your seat beforehand, do so. If level 4 works for you, alhamdulillah. If it doesn't, then we refund your money, and that's it. Okay? For us, refunding is easy, just a click of a button. It's not a big deal. But giving you a seat after it's been taken, that's not possible for us. Are these levels corresponding to 4 books of Bayn Yadayk? No. These 4 levels are corresponding, like I said, to each part. Bayn Yadayk in total is 8 books. Okay, at least the new version is 8 books. What is the fees? Is there on the website? Can we switch if we have selected the wrong level? Yes, you can switch, or you can refund, request a refund. You missed everything till now, no problem, it's recorded, inshallah ta'ala. All the links will be recorded, all the whole lecture is recorded. I'll post a YouTube link on the channel right now. Is the current publication of Bayn Yadayk, each level is split into 2 books? Now there's an answer to the question, Jazakallah khair akhi. Okay. Is any of these courses for people who don't know how to read or write Arabic or want to learn? If you can't read, as in you don't know the alphabet, then no, this course is not for you. But we have taught it twice before, and we're looking to teach it again, inshallah, the Quran reading program, which is specifically for learning the alphabet and the vowels. There's the link to the community platform. You get it once you fill the application form out, inshallah ta'ala. But you actually should be on the community already. Timing is shown inside the application form. Level 1, yeah. Level 1, there's no timing because we haven't decided to teach that yet. Right. I hope I've answered all of the questions, mashallah. Please put me in the waiting list for level 1. Okay, please email me. We don't have a waiting list as of yet. But community platform shared once you fill out the application form. Barakallah feek. You don't, the community platform is a private community. It's not for everyone, right? So if this course is for you, according to your application form, we'll give you the community access. If the course is not for you, then there's no point to join the private spaces in the community platform. Jazakallah khair. Excellent kickoff, Ustad. Alhamdulillah. Let's hope it's a good kickoff, and let's hope we keep the energy, inshallah, until we are done with this cohort. Is there any reason why level 1 is not there? The reason is that we've already taught level 1. We just completed level 1, this cohort. So normally what we do is we teach level 1 and 2, and then we start over from level 1 again. That's normally what we do. Okay? Mainly because Level 1 and 2 are actually one level in terms of Bayni Yadayk. It's from units 1 to 16. And the gap is big between level 2 and 3. That's a big gap. But the gap between 1 and 2 is not big. It's a very small gap. That's why a lot of the students can actually start from level 2, right? From our experience. Okay, because again, it is the same format. The only difference is vocabulary for the most part. Okay, and even grammar concepts are very limited and very basic in the first book, in the first two books from units 1 to 16, very basic grammar concepts. So that's why level 2 is actually suitable for a lot of people to start from. So we're not teaching two levels that are too close to each other. Now, there's no waiting list for the Quran reading program as well as such. Best advice I can give you is to keep an eye on the Telegram channel, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, email me, admin@binabdulwali.com. I've received your Telegram message earlier today, but I didn't get a chance to reply to it. But yeah, feel free to email me as well, or email the team, and they'll forward it to me, admin@binabdulwali.com. Okay, I'll share it here as well, admin. Alhamdulillah. I hope that was beneficial. Barakallah feekum. I think we'll suffice with that, inshallah ta'ala. Again, looking forward to seeing you all in class very soon. هذا والله أعلم. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد. Please do share your feedback, inshallah, in the email you're going to receive. And feel free to give us feedback, the good and the bad, suggestions, constructive criticism. We welcome it all, inshallah. Barakallah feekum. For the person who completed Medina Book 1 and 2, can join level 2. Yes, definitely should do. 100%. 100% level 2 should be very much suitable for you, inshallah. Okay, level 4 I can't guarantee, but level 2 should be definitely suitable for you, inshallah ta'ala. But there's nothing better than actually doing the placement test and finding out for yourself. So just join the community platform, fill in the application form, join the community platform, do the placement test, and it's all good, inshallah. And if you want to secure your seat before it goes, then go ahead and secure it, inshallah ta'ala. And like we said many times before, if push comes to shove and it's not possible, your money is safe, inshallah ta'ala. We'll just give you a refund. طيب, hayakumullah. Didn't expect this to take this long, but alhamdulillah, as long as we have reached our objective, we'll suffice with that. Barakallah feekum. I thank you all for joining us. هذا والله أعلم. صلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد. You know where to contact me. Don't forget the action steps. And I hope to see you very soon in the community platform, and then I hope to see you in the course.